In preparation of the 15th convocation ceremony, Crescent University held a 2-day event packed with activities prior to the third day. The main day, the second day being the day set aside for the convocation lecture by Professor Taufik Adeshino Aziz. To kickstart the event proper, the national anthem and the school anthem were rendered. Vice Chancellor Professor Ibrahim Gbajabiamila took the podium to deliver his opening speech, but first paid respect to the late founder, His Excellency George Bola Ajibola.
Sallallahu Nobel Karim. This is the first public lecture that we are going to have, convocation lecture, without the presence of His Excellency Prince Bola Ajibola. I want us to pay a 1-minute silence. If you could please rise, 1 minute silence for our proprietor. May his soul rest in perfect peace. We want to thank all our students, the graduating students that are leaving tomorrow, moving to next destination. We pray that you will be our great ambassadors as you move forward, and that Crescent University will always be with you. Sallallahu Nobel Karim.
The reading of the citation of the lecturer, Professor Adeshino Aziz, heralded the beginning of the lecture on the topic, Schooling for What? A critical discourse analysis of knowledge economy.
Whenever this our guest lecturer he introduces himself, he simply says, "My name is Taufik Abdulaziz." That's with his affirmatively feminine voice, hitting the microphone or the radio waves without adding any rank, any title or accolade.
I recognize the deans, the HODs, those who are jointly responsible more than others. I recognize my colleagues, ordinary lecturers. It is good to be ordinary lecturers. No accountability beyond how you do it, how you manage the heads of others, how you surrogate your students as your children. May Allah bless you all. I pay my respect to all eminent people here, including my dear friend, Alhaji Musbauddin Alabi from Ibadan, one of the parents of the graduates, and my children who are graduating. My 300 level son, student of electronic engineering, came to me to say, "Dad, I know what I want to do now." I said, "What is it?" "I want to be a tailor." I said, "Tailor?" He said, "Sorry, sir, fashion designer." He sewed these clothes and so on. Whatever I've been wearing the last 3 years is Taufik, my son, not Taufik, this one. Taufik, my son, that has been sewing it. I said, "Where?" He said, "Somewhere there." I said, "Let's go there." Because I've told all of them, if I'm not a professor, you won't go to school. I'm a professor, so you must go to the university. But you must tell me what you want to be, apart from going to school to get a degree. So he dilly-dallied. His younger brother chose to follow their elder brother, who is Gbogbo. Their first brother read physics and is into business, and he's been refusing to do a government job because, according to him, there is nothing to show for it. I thank him for that. So this third one said he was going to be a tailor. So I went to the person. When I got there, the person came out, hugged me, and said, "Thank you, Prof." I said, "Who are you?" He said, "You taught me GST 101. I said, meaning? I taught only students of medicine, vet medicine, agric, and engineering. He said, yes, I'm a 500 level student of medicine. I said, wow, have him, take him away. How much? He said it. He said, get the money right away. I dash you. If a 500 level medical student could have a boutique and is a fashion designer, who am I to ask an engineering student not to follow suit? That's the first experience. Then I began to go to schools. They used to invite me for lectures in schools. And I used to ask students and parents to tell me what they want to be. Usually, the parents want their children to be engineers, doctors, and all the rest of them. But one of the children surprised everybody. He wanted to be a musician. So then when I go to universities, I ask them, why are you here? Especially private universities like this. The usual response is, I'm going to school for my parents. This certificate is going to be for them. Then I remember my second experience. I was taken to somewhere. We were looking for something very, very rare. And they said, Prof, go to Angunaiti. Angunaiti is in Gogolada. So we went to Angunaiti. We saw a beautiful shop where you can get everything. And I said, young man, who are you? He said, Prof, I know you now. I said, how dare you know me? You are doing all sorts of business. He said, yes. He said, you taught me GST 101. I said, meaning you are a medical doctor? He said, yes. I'm a medical doctor. Why are you here? He said, I've given my parents their certificate. I went to read medicine for them. When I finished, I gave them their certificate. This is the job I've always wanted to do, and this is what I'm doing. This is me. I said, fine. There's a problem. Do we need to go to school? I've adopted the keys. Keep it short and simple strategy in order to avoid boredom and complication. The questions are, 1, what is a school? 2, why did we go to the school we went to? 3, what is the relationship between schooling and knowledge? 4, what is knowledge economy? 5, what is the role of schooling in knowledge economy? 6, is the school still relevant today? 7, why must we go to school? If schooling is the process of acquiring an education, and education is the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes through various methods, such as instruction, research, and experience, is a school a formal institution? As a professor, I pointed out the contradiction in his response. If it defines school as a formal institution, and a school is a place where you receive education like this, you see, is school a formal institution? Not necessarily so. Schooling is knowledge economy. Is schooling a process of attending a school? That's my query, interrogation. Number 2, what is knowledge? Knowledge is the information and understanding. I boldened information and understanding that we have about the world. Knowledge can be acquired through a variety of ways, including schooling, reading, personal experience, and observation. Overall, the relationship between schooling and knowledge is complex and multifaceted. Schooling is an important way to acquire knowledge, but it is not the only way. Finally, to live a successful life, go to school.